Hi. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to me. And welcome back to you. I feel good to be back out in the garden. Thank you for those of you that noticed that I've been MIA for the last few days, almost 2 weeks. I mentioned in my last video I had to have surgery, so I did. I had it. It went great. I'm just in recuperation phase. You know, it's going. So I'm not able to get into the garden like I want to. You know, that's little things here and there. So today I was able to get a few of my garden chores. So I'm picking back up on my garden, my 30-day garden love challenge that I got inspired by from Janie on Dig, Plant, Water, Repeat. Today will be, technically, I guess, day 9. So today is day 9 of my garden love challenge. I'm not going to be able to do everything that I would like to. I'm still recuperating. So today I did as much as I could, which was to water my hummingbird highway and my tomatoes, of course. And I did deadhead. I was able to deadhead my roses. I pruned up my tomatoes. Some of them have caught a bit of a fungus, and so the leaves look a little ratty, so I cleaned those up. And so I just kind of went around and, clipping is easy. And then I had some garden helpers help me pick up the clippings, which is nice. And then I was able to harvest. So I actually went around and just clipped a few pretty flowers and just made a flower arrangement. I'm no flower arranger, but I just like to pick and put in pretty things to look at. I did crack up. I cut up some tomatillos and put the tomatillos in, and so it cracks me up to see the I don't even know what those are called. The papery, excuse me, the papery sheaths that are over the tomatillo. Excuse me. So I just kind of put those in, and it made me laugh. So I hope it makes you laugh seeing it in there. I just went around and maybe admired my garden. I got a beautiful new clematis bloom. This is Purple Tide clematis, and I got it from Costco in a bag. And this is the first real bloom that I've seen off of it. I got 4 bare roots, and I put a couple at the base of my Gertrude Jekyll on the arch. And I had one bloom, but it was really fast, and it was, right away. Like, it sent up a stalk, it set up a flower. The flower lasted for like a day, and then boom, gone. This one seems to be like a little more settled in, and it's giving me a beautiful show. So I enjoyed looking at that and just going around and cutting pretty things and looking at my garden, which I haven't really been able to do. I am so thrilled. We have had such a mild summer so far. Yes, today's supposed to be 103. When I got up this morning, it was like a beautiful 70 degrees, but 103 isn't even that bad. I mean, there have been summers where we've been like 110, and it's just like, the garden is just like, no thank you. So everything is looking good. I'm so pleased. I'll do a garden tour once I'm feeling just a little bit more tip top. And so my garden love, I watered. I did not pull a weed. That's kind of off my list for right now until I get a little bit better. I pruned, deadheaded. I beautified by, I don't know, what did I do to beautify things today? Maybe not. I didn't really have one focused beautification nourishment today, but I nourished me by picking and harvesting some of my pretty flowers, so I'll count that. I was planning on working in the triangle bed underneath my red tip photinia. I was gonna have a garden helper come and help dig all the holes and plant for me since I'm not able to do that right now. But he ended up having to reschedule. So I'll save that project for another day, and I just watered everything in. I did want to say that I got to go to Cottage Gardens of Petaluma yesterday. We were in the area and my husband was so sweet. He's like, sure, I'll drive you 2 hours out of our way so we can go there. So we did, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It's set up on top of like a little hill. Fanula is, I think, the owner. She's got lots of little areas for you to explore and wander around, and you kind of go up and down and around, and it was really lovely. And I was actually specifically looking for some of the plants that she had mentioned. If you don't watch Fanula or any of her videos from Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, I really say, like, head over there and go check them out. She's very informative. She knows a lot about plants. She did one on shady gardens that utilized Feather Falls carex, a hardy geranium that's called Intense, which is like a hot pink, Burgundy Glow Ajuga, which I already have in my garden, and a couple other things. So I ended up picking up those 3 things, and I want to retool that area. So that will be my beautification process when I'm able to get to it. So for now, I am just happy to be back. You know, getting better and better every day, and pretty soon I'll be able to get back and be, you know, dragging around those bags of soil and digging those holes and planting those plants and doing all the fun stuff that I really enjoy. But there is something kind of nice about knowing I don't have to do all those chores. I get to come out here in the morning and have my coffee, and I just enjoy looking at everything. It's so pretty and relaxing, and I don't have like this sort of, you know, thing hanging over my head saying, oh, you got to get all this work. I've just been in a week of just enjoying, so that's been really nice. So anyway, I really appreciate a lot of you wrote in and said, where have you been? So thank you for thinking of me and reaching out, and hanging in with me. If you haven't subscribed, or if you haven't, you know, liked or left a comment or something, please, you know, do that. It lets me know that people are out there actually watching this, which is very uplifting for me. And also, you know, let me know if you have a dry shade bed. What have you found that grows really well? Or are you doing the 30-day challenge? And if you are, what have you been doing? Tell me about your success. You're further along than me now, since I'm only on day 9. You're going to be on day probably 20 or something like that. So let me know how it's going for you. So thanks for visiting 2B's Garden, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Bye.